Hey dudes and dudettes, Mr. Theorist here. Welcome back to another theory video. Sorry it's been a while, I've been really busy with work and stuff, but hopefully now I'm going to be coming back up to weekly videos. Anyway, this video is about Vampire Diaries, and before you go, ugh, some of you might enjoy it, some of the fans of Vampire Diaries might not like me so much for it. But yeah. Sorry. Getting over a bit of a cold as well. Yeah, anyway. This theory video is about what I think Vampire Diaries is really about and kind of the sinister side to that. Are you ready for this? Okay. So, before I begin, I'm going to start with some basic stuff. What is a vampire? For me, a vampire is kind of very much the cliche elements of what makes a vampire a vampire. You've got, they're undead, they drink blood, they are cold because, quite literally, they are undead, and they have super speed, super strength, super healing. What's meant by undead is that they have no heartbeat and they do not breathe. How the way they exist is kind of magical, it's kind of why they're a mystical creature. And this is important to the theory, okay? Alright, so, in Vampire Diaries, what makes a vampire a vampire? So, they do the obvious, they drink blood, they have super speed, super strength, super healing. The undead part, well, initially, I was like, okay, so when they reanimate from the dead, they gasp for air. I was like, that's so you're breathing. But I was like, no, maybe this is just like, it's an artistic thing. It's like their body's taking the final breath before the full of reanimation happens. So it's like, okay, fair enough. Oh, they obviously still don't have heartbeats, do they? And then in the series you've seen them fall unconscious and stuff, and cough, show the respiratory system's working. No, it's fine, because they have no heartbeats. That's the main thing, right? They don't have a heartbeat. They have to still be dead, right? Well, in one of the latest episodes of Watch the Vampire Diaries, they went to a hospital because one of the vampires is pregnant. Now, it's accepted to some degree because it was a mystical birth, because of witches, and okay, every supernatural show kind of needs to have one of these miraculous birth type of shows. Moments, it happens. But yeah, she begins to die, and she goes to hospital. And you're like, okay, well, how's this going to work? The doctors are going to find out she's a vampire when she doesn't have a heartbeat. And they explain that they hooked her up to a heart rate monitor, and even though it was faint, they found one. What? Now, for those of you that are probably going to argue with me, well, how else would they be able to do what they do? Well, when they drink blood, it doesn't restart their heart. It's kind of a necessity to be a vampire. It's like a zombie in the modern age that has to consume human flesh. It doesn't sustain them in any way, it's part of the curse. So, no, your heartbeat does not work. You're a vampire. So what's this got to do with the overall theory though? Well, I started to really watch the show a bit more, and thinking back to the older series of the show, and I started to notice something. Right at the beginning of the show, all the vampires either drank from blood bags, or they drank from humans. And as the series has gone along, you've seen less and less of that. Fair enough, you don't have to keep reminding us that they drink human blood, or drink from blood bags, or anything like that. It's fine. But then they began to drink more and more alcohol, specifically whiskey. And first I was like, oh look, they're a bunch of alcoholics. And it happens more, and more, and more, and it almost feels like the alcohol is replacing the blood consumption. Hang on. And this is where the theory comes in. Is you look at a vampire and they have a tendency to be angry, right? Well, in Vampire Diaries this is the same, but usually they get very angry when you take away their blood. What if we were to say that the blood itself is more of a symbol, or a way for us to see what something else could be? So, I've been thinking about this, and they are drinking blood consistency or constantly throughout the show. They're also drinking whiskey a lot more instead of blood. What if the blood was actually whiskey or any forms of alcohol all the way along? And the reason they're getting angry is because people are stopping them drinking whiskey. Now, this just sounds a bit like vampires are alcoholics, but at the same time, they have heartbeats. And when they fall unconscious and wake up, they take a breath of air. Maybe they're not vampires at all. Well, then you've got their super strength and their super healing. Well, if you take too much of a good thing, you can have a tendency, on some rare occasions when it's certain substances, hallucinate. And I believe that in Vampire Diaries, we're not watching vampires at all. In fact, we are watching alcoholics as they have hallucinatory dreams about being vampires. And the whole show knows this, and this is the scary part. Vampire Diaries is a pro-drinking show. You heard it. Vampire Diaries is a pro-drinking show. And that the vampires are nothing more than alcoholics trying to get their latest fix. Yeah. Anyway, this is me just doing a fun theory about a TV show I actually enjoy. I actually do like Vampire Diaries. But yeah, the more I'm watching it, the more I keep seeing this idea. And if you do see this, if you are now going to go home, or if you're at home already, and you watch Vampire Diaries, and then you can start to see what I do, what I've said, please come back to my video and hit that like button. This is the scary part. Comment, tell me if I've ruined Vampire Diaries for you, or if you disagree with me, like, nope, you're totally wrong, nope, I will not accept what you say. It's fair enough. I really like Vampire Diaries, but I think this is kind of fun, an interesting sort of idea. And if you really enjoyed this video, guys, please hit that subscribe button. And until the next video, I will see you guys later. Bye!